Hello everybody! Welcome to Minecraft Badlands episode number 2. Before we begin, let's do a review. So, as you can see, this is just a copy of the seed in the world with nothing on it, and this is what we started with. A whole lot of Badlands. All I've done here is created a copy of the world and put it in creative mode just so I can fly up and show you the terrain that we started with. And here's another copy of the world that I likewise put in creative mode, and I'll show you the building that we did off screen. Didn't do a whole lot. Essentially just established a road network, and that crossroads occurs at world coordinates 0, 0. That's basically the center of the world, where I am going to build a mega base. And you can see the lit up road, which basically goes 100 blocks in each direction, north, south, east, and west. Essentially, the mega base will be 200 by 200 blocks in space. Over here, I've just cleared off a bunch of terracotta and sand to just give me some area to work with, because this is a big project that's going to take a lot of time. The road in this direction goes all the way to the coast, and we're going to build a port there. This is the area where I was quarrying and getting stone for stone tools, etc. And this was the first village that we found. And got our bed and saplings. Oh, the saplings are so good here. Okay, and off we go. Okay, so the city itself, it's going to be 100 blocks in each direction. So here we are at block 101, and marking where the exterior city walls and the entrance gates will be. There's going to be 4 gates, one for each road, and we will decorate the crap out of it. I've already got a concept in mind, which basically will go all the way down from Bedrock all the way up to cloud height. Not build height limit, cloud height limit. Well, not limit. The clouds are at about height 197 and build height limit's 320, which is significantly more. And I'm crazy, but it's not going that big here. It is going to touch the clouds though. And that'll just be the 4 gates to the city here. Gonna need a city name. If anyone has any recommendations, feel free to comment. And at each of these gates will also be connecting passages underneath the roads and tunnels down below. So this colossal build is going to require more resources than sand and terracotta. So we're just going to hop in the boat, travel the coastline, and collect a variety of resources. Some of the key things I'm going to look for are things like saplings or bamboo. In our travels, we managed to come across more than one rune portal. I think 4 or 5 of them was the final count. And each rune portal has a chest of goodies. The goodies are pretty random, and they also have netherrack, which it's a very interesting ever-burning block just for decorative purposes. And if you've seen me building with it later on, I didn't go to the nether yet, but I managed to score some netherrack from the rune portals. Likewise, they've got obsidian, but digging obsidian underneath water is a real pain in the butt. You need a diamond pickaxe, which I don't have yet. Those are later adventures for a different episode. In the meantime, we will collect the debris, the treasure debris, get back in our boat and continue our adventures. In addition to the rune portals, we also were lucky enough to come across a couple more desert temples. And just remember, every time you go into a desert temple, disarm the trap. And I remember once I came with a pet cat. Don't use a cat, a dog, or even a bird when you're doing these things, because the animal can run across that pressure plate, and if it does, it will kill you It will destroy all your equipment and, of course, wrecks the 4 treasures that you will not collect. Okay, but we'll take the free TNT and get our butts out of here. Thank you for the treasure. On our continued adventures, we managed to come across jungle wood, which is a beautiful wood and one of my favorites because you can build them in 2x2 blocks, which generates a massive amount of building resources. Jungle wood, dark oak, and spruce. Spruce being my favorite because spruce doesn't have side branches and it's just easier to harvest. It's also a good looking wood. There was a little bit of coal on the way, and I don't need the coal for furnaces right now, but a few more torches would be helpful. And with the number of trees I knocked down, I get a bunch of extra sticks. So you can see my torch count in the bottom right of the inventory list. It goes up a little bit. Acacia, a beautiful red colored building block. And of course the saplings. Oh, no room for the animals right now. That's a different adventure. Or a different episode. And of course, let's get some more saplings. Saplings. So we got jungle, now acacia. And then we will continue on. Nope, no cows yet. Some things you take for granted too is being out in the Badlands of the desert is there's no seeds. So while we're here, we'll just smash some grass and lucky enough to get a couple more seeds. You don't need a whole lot, just a handful. That'll get your starting farm, and your starting farm can expand and expand and expand. And we'll show you that later on. Okay, birch, a very light colored wood. And you'll see that when I build my dock, I use roads with sand, and then when I get to a dock I extend the sand road with birch, and the color blend is pretty good. It shows a good consistency. And again, more important than the logs right now is the saplings, because the saplings are essentially a renewable resource. Why have one log when you can have a log generator? Okay, filling up pretty quick here, so we make 2 stops at home. Here's our first one, and we're just going to unload our inventory and then go back out for some more stuff, because this is a very productive episode. Not the most exciting thing, but extremely productive. Oh, poor iron golem getting killed by a silly piece of cactus. That's no good. That's no good. Barrels are workstations for fishermen. This village doesn't need fishermen. It's in the middle of a desert. I'll take those. Yoink. Double yoink. Don't need the wheat right now. They got some other workstations, but I'll let them keep them. Ooh, carrots. Add carrots to our list of stuff that we now have. Nice. Don't need the composter. Already have one of those. Oh, what are you looking at? I took all the carrots? Yes, I did. That's okay. I saved your golem. We're good. Pumpkins. Pumpkin patch here. Thing I love about pumpkins is not pumpkin pie, but you can turn pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, which makes a pretty decorative light source. And I'll show you that later on. Flowers, don't underestimate them. That's your color palette, and there's 16 different colors in this game, and for now we'll start collecting them. Don't need every color under the sun, because that's gonna take a bit more adventure, but we'll take some blue and some yellow, some melons. The melon pieces you can turn into melon seeds. And off the side of these jungle trees, you see these cocoa pods. And that's essentially your brown dye. Super easy to grow these. You just stick them on the side of a log. Doesn't have to be a full tree, just a piece of log, and you can grow these things. And when they're brown, they're mature, and they yield more than the green ones, which are not fully grown yet. Well, some red flowers, add that to our color palette. Now that gives us all three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And of course you can mix the dyes to make your greens, your oranges, and your purples. Dark oak, one of the best woods. And add some red mushroom. The mushroom, just like the saplings, if you plant the mushroom and bone meal it, it'll grow into these giant mushrooms. And bamboo, not just a building block, but it's also scaffolding, which is extremely useful. Cherry wood. Cherry trees, I think, are one of the prettiest ones with their falling leaf animation. That's also probably because it's one of the newest trees in the game, and that will enable us to also get pink dye if we want it. Okay, this ravine here has a dripstone cave at the bottom of it, and dripstone, it's a useful tool, and I'd like to get a lot of it, but a handful to start will be quite adequate, so definitely worth stopping just to grab some dripstone. There's two components to it. The important part is the points. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but the pointed dripstone. And of course the dripstone blocks. Now, I've still got a few spots left in my inventory, so the last village that I stopped at here, I took some of the workstations. This village is like 3,600 blocks away from my home, so I'm not going to visit it all that often. And they happen to have two bells, and I want a bell. They've got two, so I don't mind taking one of them. If they only had one, I would have moved on to another village, but they got two. Well, they had two. Now they have one, and I have one. Thank you. Got to be a little more selective on the inventory at this point because it's filling up pretty quick. But potatoes were definitely something to add. And finally, the inventory's full, but this one, it's got horse armor and a saddle. Add the iron to the pile, and horse armor and saddle. This village also has a horse in it. We'll have to check out how good it is. We're at a point where we're even dumping tools, just because of inventory space. Iron sword? Yeah, I think we want the iron sword as well, just because we're starting out and I need a weapon. The bow works, but I want the iron sword. It's choice time. What do you want more? Okay, so if I get the horse, that'll free up 2 inventory slots, and then I'll come back here. Let's go check out the horse. If it's a good horse, we'll keep it. If not, might have to turn it into leather. Okay, check him out. Whoop, wrong button. Try that again. Whoa, hey, ho, hey, that's a good thing. So when you try to break a horse, and you right click onto him, and the faster he moves, the faster the horse is. And this guy's moving like a madman. That's a really good sign. So, there he is. He's now friendly to me. Throw a saddle on him and some armor. And let's take him for a test drive. Okay. Ooh, nice. He's pretty quick. He's a keeper. He's nice and fast. Now let's see what kind of a jumper he is. Okay, jump test time. No, he doesn't jump worth a darn, but he's fast. He's nice and fast. Still worth keeping. Not a jumper. That's okay. It's difficult riding horses through forests, but I live in a desert in Badlands, and there's a lot of open ground there, and the horse is extra good there. Okay. Inventory. What to leave behind? Okay. Inventory's full. Grab our horse. Head on home. And we're about 3,600 blocks away. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, between us and home is a whole lot of water. You can't ride your horse across water. Gonna need a lead. So we need a wandering trader. Because the wandering trader, perfect. This is just pure luck, but we'll take it. The wandering trader, he's got a couple of llamas with him, and you can see that they're on leads. I just need one of those leads. Oh well, sorry about your luck, llama, but I need the lead. Guess I just wasn't meant to bring that raw beef with me, because I need that inventory spot. Oh well. I'd rather have the horse than the beef. I need the lead to get the horse. So, off we go. If you have any recommendations for what to name this horse, please add it to the comments section below. Okay, and here we are back at home. And you can see we've got our saplings, some dyes, some other odds and ends. And it's a little bit of a mess right now. I don't like messes. We're going to have to address that. And being a Viking, I think the best thing we're going to do is we're going to make a port with a ship. Yeah, just a dock and a little starting little camp. Maybe a warehouse. But a ship. A ship with just a bit of cargo that we're going to do all of our builds with. So to do that, we're going to have to use some trees. We'll use our saplings, make some wood. And then when you come out from the base, it'll be to the port where our ship full of starting supplies is going to be. And yeah, just a little starting port where we can branch out to the other nearby villages and such. That's the overall build concept. So for resources, the 2x2 trees generate way more than the 1x1s. And this is just a sample showing you with the jungle tree. But we're going to build our ship out of dark oak. So that means it's time for a super accelerated build. Okay, just bear with me, everybody. This fast forward version only takes 2 minutes. Whew. All right, there we are. Ship is done. Horse is yet to be named. And you can see that all of our supplies are neatly packed away into 2 double chests. They're full, but that's about it. And so now in the lore of this place, we've got our ship arriving with our supplies. Nothing there, everything's clean. Little dock, and a future mega build to do. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you on episode 3. Until then, have a great day. Bye bye.